Attorney Jonathan Elson, reminding you that if you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important to have somebody on your side. When you need a lawyer,
then you need Nelson.
Just after 6 p.m., we were dispatched for a report of a rollover accident. The initial location of that accident was in question. The first location listed was 160 in the area of Johnny. However, as we were preparing to respond, we got an updated address of possibly between Irene and Mesquite. We found that to be the better location, obviously. Upon arrival, within about a minute, we found one vehicle off of the roadway resting on its roof. Did a scene size up risk assessment. We found that there was no additional scene hazards. However, at a head count, there was at least 5 people that were on the ground at the accident site with one person trapped on the underside of the overturned vehicle.
And these people were possibly ejected from the vehicle?
Yeah, from the evidence that was on the scene, it appeared that all of them had been ejected. It was a convertible type car. It appeared that at some point when it went into its rotations, the occupants were ejected and were in various locations around the car.
So you, at this point, brought in Mercier, 2 aircrafts?
Well, what we actually did was we actually operated under like a mass casualty incident. So we added 2 additional medic units. The heavy rescue responded, as well as 2 Mercier helicopters. And it gave us the ability and the timeline to extricate one patient who was trapped underneath the vehicle while we were providing patient care to the others. We established an LZ on Highway 160 for Mercier, just north of the accident scene. The Sheriff's Office and NHP were very helpful in us in getting that traffic turned around because there was a lot of cars accumulating in that particular area. And so under the mass casualty, we identified which patients needed to be flown immediately, which ones went to our local hospital. And it's my understanding at least one, if not more, may have been flown out subsequent to that at Desert View Hospital.
And so tell me about the extrication of a patient that's underneath that convertible vehicle.
The extrication portion was assigned to both Rescue 15 and Engine 1 under the direction of Lieutenant Perry, and what he did is part of his almost like a micro size up. He found that probably the fastest way for us to remove that patient, given the predicament they were in, was to utilize high pressure airbags and gently lift that vehicle to a position where they could slide the patient out onto a longboard.
And then the rest of the occupants of the vehicle were found in various locations?
Yeah, all around the vehicle, but they were various locations, correct.
Were they all adults?
No, there was 2 adults and the rest were under teenagers.
It appears that there was no other reason for the accident that involved another vehicle or anything, right? This is just a single vehicle only involved in this?
Don't know exactly. There was some speculation and some initial pieces of the investigation by NSP that speed may have been a factor. Control, I don't know if who was actually operating the vehicle, but there was some concern about who was operating and whether or not they were licensed. So that's all part of the ongoing investigation.